This is The Space Shot, episode 273 for February 11th, 2018. Hubble, a radar shuttle mission, the Solar Dynamics Observatory, and DSCOVR. I'm John Molnix. Today's episode has a lot of science mission anniversaries, so let's dive right in. The first mission I want to talk about is STS-82, which lifted off on February 11th, 1997. This was the second Hubble Space Telescope servicing mission. During this nearly 10-day-long flight, 5 EVAs were conducted to work on various systems on the venerable telescope. They ranged from 5 hours and 17 minutes to 7 hours and 27 minutes. Hubble is designed to be serviced in orbit, allowing for upgrades, fixes, and service life extensions. This stands in stark contrast to the James Webb Space Telescope. I'm linking to an article on spacenews.com that talks about the James Webb Space Telescope in greater detail. Hopefully JWST doesn't have any issues with its vision, like Hubble did, after it launches, since it would be impossible to repair this satellite once it's in space. I talked about the Hubble Space Telescope in greater detail back in episodes 201 and 202, so check them out if you want to know more about one of the most important scientific instruments of our time. Between 1993 and 2009, the Hubble Space Telescope had 5 different servicing missions. The second shuttle mission I want to mention today is STS-99, which was the final flight of Endeavour that didn't launch to the International Space Station. Endeavour carried the Shuttle Radar Topography mission, which was a joint effort between NASA, the Department of Defense's National Geospace Intelligence Agency, and the U.S. Geological Survey. This instrument collected data over 80% of Earth's land surface between the latitudes of 60 degrees north and 56 degrees south. This mission amassed terabytes worth of data that gave scientists precise measurements of ground height. Let's continue with some more space science today. On February 11th, 2010, the Solar Dynamics Observatory was launched, and its mission is to explore how solar variability impacts Earth and near-Earth space. The goal of the Solar Dynamics Observatory, or SDO, is to determine how the sun's magnetic field is structured and also how stored magnetic energy gets released in the form of solar wind and other particles. The SDO website has near real-time imagery of our sun, and it's really cool to look at. The spacecraft studies different wavelengths, and each wavelength is shown as a picture on that website. These wavelengths provide a unique look at the sun that's not possible with any other spacecraft. The show notes have a link to this website, so be sure to check it out. There's some great phone and computer wallpaper material on this site. Now for the final mission today. The Deep Space Climate Observatory, or DSCOVR mission, was launched on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket on February 11th, 2015. This was the first time that SpaceX launched a satellite into deep space. The point in space where DSCOVR is situated at is at the Sun-Earth L1 Lagrangian point, which is 1.5 million kilometers, or about 930,000 miles from Earth. This distance is more than 4 times farther away than our moon is, which is way out there. Orbiting Earth at the L1 Lagrangian point gives DSCOVR a unique vantage point from which it can observe Earth. On board the spacecraft are a variety of science instruments. These instruments study the solar wind, but my favorite instrument on the spacecraft is the EPIC camera. The Earth Polychromatic Imaging Camera, or EPIC, images the sunlit parts of Earth. This camera can capture the entire planet in its field of view, and it brings back incredible photos. There's one I'm linking to in the show notes that shows the moon essentially photobombing Earth, and in this striking picture, we're also able to see the dark side of the moon. Be sure to check out the show notes for this link. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'd appreciate it if you could leave a review on iTunes. If you do that, screenshot it and send it to me at John Molnix pretty much everywhere on the internet, and I'll send you a Space Shot sticker and a little thank you. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button, that way you don't miss any of the daily episodes. As always, the show notes have more information on today's episode. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Find me at John Molnix. I'm always up to chat. You can also connect with me on Facebook. Just search The Space Shot or click the link in the show notes. Tomorrow, Venera 1 and the Highly Advanced Laboratory for Communications and Astronomy. I'm John Molnix, and I'll catch you on the flip side.